My mother has a green thumb. Perhaps it's because she grew up on a farm in Chipinge in Zimbabwe, or perhaps she just has this gift of giving life to everything that she touches. When we go on long drives in Murambi in Zimbabwe, always in the back of a car is a little shovel and a small box. And any time we drive and she sees a small plant or a flower, she will stop the car and go out like a ballerina and with the gentle surgeon's precision lift that beautiful plant or flower and take it back home. She tasks me with watering the flowers. Not too much water, not too little, but always with love. She tells me that plants have feelings and flowers too. And I can tell from the exploring paradise of her home that they love her right back. They are the lucky ones. I too am lucky. Like them, I grew in the seed that was my mother's body. I am told that my mother was a few days overdue when she had me. Apparently, there were still some things I needed to do. So my father said in his native tongue, he's Ndebele, what are we waiting for? U-Meleni. And thus, I have my given name. And so my lifelong mission has been to figure out how to answer that much loaded question. I was born in a small village in a small town called Leominster, Massachusetts. I don't know much about it at all. All the things that I'm told are apparently I was really obsessed with Sesame Street. My first words were juice, mummy, juice, and I've seen pictures of myself in a pink snowsuit. I was 4 years old when we moved back to Rhodesia, right in time to be on the front lines of a revolution. I was too young to know, but young enough to feel the fear of gunshots in the night, the sound of gumboots and soldiers running through my grandmother's farm. And at night we would sleep in concentration camps. I was told it was to keep us safe. But we gained independence in 1980, and I grew in the new Zimbabwe, post-independence. I was lucky enough to go to private schools, and I loved school, particularly English and drama and music. And my teachers nourished that creative longing in my soul. And I also went to school in South Africa, and it was there I have one of my fondest memories of my high school teacher who coerced me into singing at a school variety show. I admit I was a little nervous. I used to sing with a choir in the safety of the cocoon of the choir, but this time she wanted me to do a solo. So I thought about what would I sing, and Tracy Chapman's songs came in my mind. So I wanted to sing Last Night. Oh, I remember that moment when I sang it on stage. Everyone was quiet. And in that moment, oh my goodness, a star was born in my mind. And I remember dreaming of Mariah Carey songs and on Vogue, and I'll be on stage and people would be screaming. And my brother, he would be there. I would bind his restless legs and he would listen to my genius. I had really grand visions then. But isn't that what good teachers are supposed to inspire? You see, I was the seed. School was my soil, and my teachers, they were the water. But the thing is, the arts weren't really a thing then. I needed to concentrate on more important things like math and physics and think about what I would do and be in the future. But I wanted something different. I wondered what would happen if I went into a new place, new soil. What kind of flower would I bloom? So I decided that I would do something different. I decided to come back to America on my own. I remember that long flight. I remember it like yesterday. I remember that time because I wasn't talking to my mom, although I did manage to coerce her to braid my hair in cornrows because I wanted to make doubly sure that people knew that I was African when I landed. Yes, I did. I remember the biting cold. It was so cold, right down to my bones, and my biological father picked me up that day, and I remember as we were driving to Newton, he was telling me all the things I would expect in college, but all I could think of is, I miss the sun. I miss the sun. I miss the sun like the soil must miss the rain. I miss the echo of my language. I even missed my baby brother. And he would unravel my cassette tapes. I even miss that. But this was new soil. This is a new place for me to be. You see, I wanted to carve out my own destiny. You see, most people immigrate because they're running away from something, and in my case, I was running away from the oppressive regime that was my parents. They were stern and strong and brilliant, but I wanted to be somewhere different. So I came to Boston, and this became my new soil, my new land, where I could just be. But I have to admit that when I was in college, I was really annoyed at a couple of things. First is, people would always question what kind of African I was. Why did I speak English so well? Who taught it to me? Did I have a pet lion? Things like that. And then they'd also want to touch my hair without permission, change my name to suit their palate. I really didn't appreciate that, but honestly, there were other times I really enjoyed myself. I took part in jazz band, I learned a lot about music, and interestingly enough, it is only in America when I came back, I was able to reclaim my name. You see, no one in my family calls me U-Meleni. My parents all call me Melanie or Mel or different variations depending on their mood. And it is only when I came to America and I started performing that I realized I need a stage name. So I started thinking of all these interesting names, and then I took a step back and realized, wait a minute, I have an interesting name, U-Meleni. What are we waiting for? It's funny that it took me coming back to America to reclaim my name. But it makes sense because this was my beginning, right? This is the place of my birth. You see, in Boston, I've been able to live out the dreams I had as a kid, the dreams of being a writer, of performing on stages. And yes, I didn't quite get to the whole Mariah Carey status or on Vogue, but I've had the privilege and pleasure of performing on many stages and being warmly loved and received and acknowledged as an artist here in Boston, in this soil. You see, the seeds were planted in Africa, but the flower bloomed and continues to bloom here in Boston. Boston has been the place of many firsts. My first love, I met him here. I married him. My child was born here. My first job, so many things. You see, I am a seed. I am an immigrant. I am Zimbabwean. I am American. We are all seeds, aren't we? Seeds that scatter, seeds that fall, seeds that are yearning to bloom, to grow, to evolve. My mother tells me that plants have feelings and flowers too, and that really we are all seeds just yearning to grow. Thank you.